Hello, Opinions Mostly fans. Welcome back. Another week in the books here for the show. Week one is in the books. We'll be covering that. I am doing the show solo today. How is everyone doing? We had some conflict. We had some schedule conflicts essentially with the rest of the crew. So we're going to fly solo here. We're going to cover top stuff from week one and what we need to look forward to going into week two. Starting right off the bat, three things. I want to talk about three things I think I was surprised at completely in week one of football. I think the first thing is kind of a two-tone factor here. The beatdown of the Miami Dolphins, courtesy of the Indianapolis Colts. Did anyone have the Miami Dolphins being this bad going into regular season? Raise your hand. I had them bad, but not gutter of the trash bad, like Jets of the mid 2000s bad. I know this is overreaction week here on opinions mostly and other media platforms, but man, the Dolphins just look. Did they even practice? I mean, did they even have a training camp, let alone a walkthrough? My goodness, I just unbelievable how bad they were. Tua was just terrible. Pull up his box score real quick here. 14 of 23, one touchdown, two interceptions. He had a fumble. It's just bonkers. And then you have on the other side the replacement quarterback for the Colts, Danny Dimes, which the whole internet has been petitioning to rename as Indiana Jones and retire Danny Dimes. 22 of 29, 272 yards, one touchdown. He had two rushing. Most importantly, the Colts scored on every possession that they had. Wow. That was crazy. I mean, Aaron and I have been talking about it. It's like if Indiana Jones is the starting quarterback for week one for the Colts, look for them to be a dark horse in this division. They look phenomenal. Uh, Tyler Warren, their rookie tight end, 7 catches, 76 yards. I thought he had a touchdown. Looks like he did, but very productive in the tight end role. Danny was looking for him the whole time. Meanwhile, you have Tua. You have Tyreek Hill pouting on the sideline on the bench. I can't say I blame him. I mean, with how piss poor that Dolphins team performed on Sunday, I wouldn't blame him. Is it too early to blow up the team? Is it too early to look for trade candidates for Tyreek? Wink, wink, Kansas City, huh? Is it time to rebuild and restructure? Look for the next quarterback in the draft next year for the Dolphins with Mike McDaniel potentially on his way out. He's coach that's definitely on the hot seat this season. Um, Another game that was really impressive and stood out to me was the Steelers versus the Jets. Now, obviously, we had two quarterbacks playing revenge games against each other's teams. Justin Fields for the Jets going against the Steelers, and Aaron Rodgers going against his former team and employer, the Jets. In my opinion, this game came down to one play, and it was the fumble on the kickoff for the Jets. They were going back and forth. The Jets would be up by 12 to 13, and then the Steelers would come back, be within 4 to 5. They would just score back and forth like that. And then the Jets fumble it on a kickoff return, leaving the Steelers in prime position in the red zone, and they capitalize. Aaron Rodgers, 22 of 30, 244 yards, four touchdowns on the game. He only got sacked 4 times against a very aggressive Jets defense, and that was our concern coming into the season with the Steelers was how is this offensive line going to hold up? Um, Running wise, they only had a total of 53 yards rushing. Receiving was 244, obviously, with A-Rod. Justin Fields looked phenomenal, in my opinion, in this newly structured offense that the Jets brought in under completely new regime, completely new coaching staff. Justin Fields, 16 and 22, 220 yards. I'm rounding that up. One touchdown. He ran in for one as well. Um, Two of them, excuse me. So he had 3 total touchdowns for the day. You got to give credit to this Jets offense. They looked actually pretty solid and actually like a functional forming offense. And the Steelers looks like they got Aaron Rodgers post COVID the year after. Just fantastic. Just wow. Just balling out like at the height of his 3-time tenure of MVP in the league with the Packers. One game, we're overreacting. I know. This is my opinion mostly. Aaron Rodgers looks like he's in primetime season form coming out the gate like that when he missed the OTAs, and he only came in what was it, the week before training camp. Looks like they were definitely planning and building this offense, anticipating Rodgers was going to be coming in for the Steelers. But 34-32, I know a lot of Steeler fans were on the edge of their seats watching this game. This was a fantastic game to watch for sure. And, kudos to, Justin Fields and the Jets. They look like a formidable team. They actually, I don't have them going anywhere, but it looks like they're on, they're finally establishing something that they can build and grow from. Um, my third big takeaway that I had personally, I guess there's four. Um, my third big takeaway was the Chargers and Justin Herbert specifically. Justin Herbert, this is probably the best game I've seen Justin Herbert play. And, there's been a lot of Justin Herbert hype and talk over the years. He's the chosen one, the next prodigy. He has the ideal quarterback throwing arm, body size, weight, IQ, reach, athleticism. This game, he put it on display. There was that last play of the game where they had to convert on the first down. Chris Jones did not commit to the pass rush, and essentially, Herbst just juked him out, ran in, got the first down and extra to run out the time of the game. Justin Herbert, 25 of 34, 320 yards and rounding that up, three touchdowns. He looked good. The Chargers offense looked formidable. Um, they moved their right tackle, which I'm totally forgetting his name right now. Right tackle, Chargers. Joe Alt. They moved their right tackle, Joe Alt, from right tackle to the left tackle, and it worked out perfectly. The Chiefs, you know, uh, I Xavier Worthy went out early with that hit to Travis Kelsey, friendly fire, and the offense just looked like it just really struggled. And it looks like, based on that, it was not offense that was really built around Isaiah Worthy and his ability to get open and his speed. So maybe that's why they struggle so much. There was a lot of bickering going on the defensive side, on and off the field. It is one game. It is Brazil. It is a 20-hour flight roughly from Kansas City. Um, but at the same time, the Chargers showed up. So how come the Chiefs couldn't show up, right? Once again, we're overreacting. The Chiefs got the Eagles next week, so we'll get more into that later. And then the fourth biggest, pop out that really drew the eyes was that afternoon primetime NFL on Fox game. The Lions at the Packers. Obviously, Micah's first game as a Packer. Packers just demolished the Lions, 13-27. It should have been 27-3. They scored a touchdown in the last minute of the game. The Lions looked like they didn't know what they were doing. They looked like the coordinator loss on both offense and defense is affecting them the same way the Philadelphia Eagles were affected 2 seasons ago before they went on their Super Bowl run last season when they re-upped on new coordinators. So who knows? Maybe that's the poster child. Maybe the Eagles of a couple of years ago and the Lions this season are the poster child for don't lose your coordinators because turns out your team was good because of the coordinators. On the other end, the Packers looked completely unstoppable offensively and defensively. Jordan Love did a very solid job being the quarterback. Not crazy numbers, 16 to 22, 190 yards, two touchdowns, but the distribution of wealth with Josh Jacobs running the ball, making the right reads, especially that touchdown to Jalen Reed. I appreciate that. That was a very good look, very good play call. And then the defense was just dominant. I mean, after this outing, I mean, it's the pecking order has got to be Eagles and Packers right now, 1 and 2 after week one overreaction that's going on this week. So, yeah, the Packers just looked like a completely different team with Micah on there. So, watch out for the Packers and also watch out for the Vikings. JJ McCarthy might be the real deal. One game, we'll see. Maybe a star was born in the fourth quarter in Chicago, in the middle. No, that's the New York. My bad, not the Meadowlands. The Middle East, I guess, the Windy City. Um, Obviously, we had some other really good games. The Ravens 40, the Bills 41. Obviously, I mentioned the Monday night game where J.J. McCarthy came to life. Vikings and the Bears. Vikings 27, Bears 24. 49ers won late, 17-13 in Seattle. Do the Nick Bosa. No, is it Nick Bosa or Joey Bosa? Totally blanking here. Nick Bosa, pushes one of the offensive linemen right into Sam Darnold when he's getting ready to wind up to make the touchdown winning throw into the end zone, and then it forces the fumble. Nick Bosa recovers. Niners win. In other Niners news, the Niners have an injury to some key players here. George Kittle, the hamstring's bothering him again. He's going to be out for the next 3 to 4 weeks. The questionable with Brock Purdy with a shoulder injury and a toe injury, but it appears the toe injury is even worse than the shoulder injury. If that's the case, um, who's in line to start for the Niners? I think it's Drake. No, it's not Drake May. It's Mac Jones, who reportedly Kyle Shanahan won the draft a couple years ago in that Trey Lance draft. Mac Jones ultimately went to the Patriots around the 15th pick to be the Tom Brady successor. Obviously, that hasn't worked out. He's bounced around the league. Um, and then also the Niners, they cut their kicker, Moody. Looks like they finally just had enough with Moody and finally just let him go. One of the best, quoting Rich Eisen here, one of the best uh, place kickers in Michigan history for Moody, but clearly he couldn't figure it out in the pros. And I've been hearing a lot of Niner fans bickering for a while. Moody's got to go. Moody's got to go. Other games looking at Cowboys, Eagles, obviously, uh, what's his name? Totally, sorry guys, totally blanking on some of these names here. Jalen Carter, edge rusher, star defender in the defensive line gets disqualified before the first snap for spitting in Dak Prescott's face pregame, or right when they're getting ready to sign, the special teams coming off the field, and then offense coming in on the field, defense coming on the field. Like, what are we doing? What's the most protected position in all sports? It's a quarterback. All eyes are on the quarterback at all times. So obviously not a good move by uh, Jalen Carter. But in my opinion, the Eagles or the Cowboys look pretty damn good. If it wasn't for a couple of drops, they could have definitely won that game. Cowboys definitely raised my eyebrows a little bit in that game, and Dak Prescott played probably one of the best games I've ever seen him play, in my personal opinion. So that was something too. Bengals get the win over the Browns. This is significant because the Bengals haven't won a week one game in God knows how long since Joe Burrow's been there. Browns could have won this game if they had a competent field goal kicker. The offense looked mid at best, but maybe there's some hope for the Browns here this season. Buccaneers over the Falcons. Rookie Aju- Ajuka out of Ohio State for the Buccaneers really filled in week one. Huge game for him. 4 catches for 57 yards, 2 touchdowns. I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I made a point of emphasis to pick him up in the draft and fantasy in my leagues. I hope you guys did as well. Little sleeper rookie this year for sure, outside of Ashton Gentry. Dolphins over the Colts. We talked about that. Raiders over the Patriots, 20-13. I saw this wild stat, facts entirely. Um, this is the Raiders' first win in New England since 1994. That is wild. First win in New England in Foxborough since 1994. Just chew on that for a moment, Raiders fans. Good for you guys. Cardinals get the win in New Orleans against the Saints 20-13. Giants lose to the Commandos 21-6. A lot of questions with the Giants now if it's time to start Jackson Dart or not. Panthers lose to the Jaguars 26-10. We had Travis Hunter out there, both on offense and defense, mostly offense though. Um, 6 catches for 33 yards. He played a couple of defensive snaps. The Panthers definitely targeted him being the rookie. Didn't see anything that popped out, but growing, little by little with Travis Hunter, right? Figuring out which games he can play more offense and defense and vice versa based on matchup, scheme, who's coming into town. Titans 12, Broncos 20. This was a close one going down the stretch. I was kind of surprised it was this close the whole time. Everyone had the Broncos, who is a top 5 defense, just blowing the brakes off rookie uh, Cam Ward, especially with the Titans. Rookie coming to mile high, not being acclimated with the elevation. Who knows, right? The Rams take care of business with the Texans. They force a fumble on the last drive of the game with the Texans trying to take the go-ahead touchdown. That was awesome. The defense looks good. The offense is struggling a little bit. Rams need to just kind of get in the flow of things. Stafford looked fine. I guess he had the highest QBR uh, of the weekend or something. Yeah, 109.1. I think it was 21-29, 245 yards, 3 for a touchdown. I didn't think it was one of his better games, but him and Puka Nacua were connecting game passed play for play. So that was huge. Um, so that's your week one wrap up here, folks. From an exciting. Oh, and then I'm sorry, we had the Ravens and Bills, man. How did I forget that? Most exciting game of the night that everyone went to bed on with 4 minutes and 26 seconds to go when the Ravens were up. That was a. I did stay up and watch that game. I was like, there's no way Ravens are winning this for sure. But Josh Allen magic. How about that? I think this game is a pure example of why a lot of people have the Bills taking that step finally this season to, if not win the chip, get to the Super Bowl and represent the AFC. Hell of a game. Game of the year, obviously, is right now, but that was an awesome game, too. Oh, my goodness. Back and forth. I mean, Ravens go up big in the beginning, Bills chip away, win, walk off winner with a field goal. But, yeah, that was crazy. So that's your week one roundup, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be getting to week two and the matchups.